Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Bleak Faith Forsaken. So, you might be wondering where I am, or you might not be. In the distance there, that's the beginning of the game. I'm standing on this platform here. There's an item up there, which is one of the reasons why I am here. And how I got here is, I jumped from there. Now, I don't know yet if that's the way to go, if that's the only way to go here. But, well, I guess I should start at the beginning. So, after I defeated that boss last time, I did look around a little bit there, didn't find anything else in the boss arena. I did not actually look at the recording yet, so I didn't look at the exact item drops or, experience amount. Although I'm pretty certain about the experience. And the only item that I found that was new, I'm actually already using, if I can remember how to play the game. Right, this Amulet of Wandering. I definitely acquired that sometime recently, and that might have been from the boss. Minus 0.5, minus 0.5 delay before stamina regen. I decided to go with that one rather than the 35 extra health because, the stamina regen delay seems like a pretty major deal, and especially when I'm using a heavier weapon like this. I've, started using the halberd, and it's working fine. Might even be working better than the Claymore was. It's definitely, getting the job done. And I've gotten used to its timings. Like, the first attack seems surprisingly slow, I guess, for being considered a faster heavy weapon. Oh, I should not have done that. I think that could have, if that had been another forward lunge, it could have absolutely thrown me off this platform. And the reason why I'm just starting there is because I'm not sure I will ever be able to make this jump again. I mean, I know I will be able to make it again, but it took me several attempts, and I'm really not sure if that's the intended way, but it worked, and it got me here. But I will show you a little bit more about that later. Okay, that's just a healing potion, but this continues onto some sort of platform. Oh, wait. Oh. Can we climb this? We can. Okay. Never mind. Maybe this was supposed to be the way. Yeah, there's a person here. I thought you were friendly.
That's quite the leap you made,
stranger. Okay. I mean, it's possible that there are multiple ways to get here. I was wondering if that was just some sort of... In fact, I spent a lot of time actually looking around after I saw this platform. I never saw it before. You might have actually seen it. I was definitely looking in this direction before. The path, of course, is, down there. In fact, that platform, that's where the tunnel goes into the structure. And then to that second elevator. But I was running down here at least once or twice before, and I did not notice this lit up ledge up here with a person sitting there and an item in the distance. But eventually I noticed when I was, looking for more things I missed. And this seemed to be the only thing that I did miss, that I had not actually been to, where there were clearly items and this person. And so I spent a lot of time actually looking around for some sort of tunnel at around this height on this general side of the structure, and I couldn't find anything. And then I actually noticed the other item that I just picked up, on the walkway winding around this pillar. And that's when I thought, oh wait, surely it's not possible to actually just jump to that platform. And then I saw that bar poking out there, and it seemed like maybe it would just be possible. And it's awkward to do, and it took me several attempts, as I said, but, it's like a 1 minute run back from the spawn point, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, that worked out. Anyway, I was wondering if maybe I would just, if I could actually make it up here, if I would just find some sort of doorway leading into the structure and, find, basically, by going backwards, find where I should have entered in the first place. But since this guy comments on the leap I made, either he reacts to whichever way you end up taking to this platform, or that is really the one way to go. That's what I'm leaning towards right now. So that's a bit crazy, but well, not too punishing to try. It's quite the leap.
I hope you weren't expecting to find something special up here.
Well, I was hoping for something that made it worth it, but also I, wanted to talk to you.
Why don't you have a seat? You look tired. It's quiet here.
Yeah, I bet you don't get many visitors.
You may find yourself reminiscing the quiet moments.
That's all you're gonna say?
You may find yourself reminiscing the quiet moments.
Okay. Thanks, stranger. Thank you kindly. Can we... Can we just make that jump? Well, if we can't, then I guess I'm just dead. Okay. Not scary at all. And... Traveler Cape. Worth it. 1000% worth it. Plus 5% movement speed. Heck, yeah. Wow. Yep. Absolutely worth it. Of course there was something amazing here, dude. And there is, of course, no other way, so jumping was the way. That's, yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna try to do it again. I'm probably just gonna fall. But it's fine, you don't lose anything on death. Just a bit of progress, however long it took you to get here in the first place. I think we can't just reset like this. Actually, I might slide off this. No, I don't slide. It's all good. Don't fall. Thank you. Right, so, yeah, you just sprint down here. Don't need to deal with any enemies. And then the first awkward thing is to land on this, which I actually did first try, okay? It's very easy to overshoot. In case you forgot, you cannot adjust your jump trajectory at all once you jumped. So, yeah, and here it's, you know, you can run on this thing, but then you have to jump off or, you know, angle yourself toward that platform and jump off at basically the same time because it's so narrow. So, in before I failed to jump. Okay. Yeah, that happens. 2 times in a row, actually, I jumped at, you know, just not quite enough of an angle, I suppose, and I fell just short of the platform. But that confirmed to me at least that it was, you know, distance-wise it would work out, and it was just a matter of actually making that second jump. And I did eventually. I mean, you get the idea. It's, you know, but I wanted to start after having already made the jump successfully, so I, you know, wouldn't ever have to do that again. So, yeah, that's that. And I wasn't really planning to record a full additional episode, so I'm actually just going to make a bit of a cut here and basically start all over with a new session, but continuing this episode, of course. So, yeah. Okay, and we are back. I mean, I'm back. The episode continues. Look at this. We're back at Monastery, well, at the foot of the Monastery 2 structure, I suppose, or I suppose this is probably the proper monastery itself, where the second homunculus is on top. Now, I've been just re-exploring this place a little bit, because there is that one walkway. You can't see it from here. I guess it must be on the opposite side of the whole structure. That leads into a giant wall of the Omnistructure with an ominous red glow in it, and I'm pretty sure we haven't been there, and I've just went all the way down from the top, down the winding staircase, basically retracing my steps to see if I missed any intersection or anything. It didn't seem like it, so maybe there's going to be another way down and ultimately over that bridge and into that opening once we've done whatever we're going to do on top of this thing. The reason I'm here, and the reason things look different, well, are 2 separate things. The reason I'm here is, well, because I made my way back down to the bottom of the structure, as I said. And then just as I was running here, there you see it actually. I mean, I saw it first just by walking here, and you can kind of tell, if you know what to look for, that there is a floating disc of distortion in the air, I suppose. You can't really see it at all in front of the bright background, so... But yeah, anyway, it's there. Yeah, there you can kind of see it. And apparently that's an anomaly, and I don't remember using my scanner here. I can kind of hear a sound that it's making, but it's subtle. Like, there is this, yeah, background sound. Now it's gone, basically. And I've been trying to fiddle with audio settings to see if I can make this particular sound stand out more, so I can maybe not miss anomalies in the future, ideally. But I had a hard time even figuring out which of the sound sliders affected this. I think it's SFX, which is unfortunate because I rather not increase that, because combat sound effects are likely to drown out, commentary and other things. They tend to get a little bit loud in intense situations. Of course, they're not so intense. Oh, hey there! You can actually see a bit more of it when the camera gets close. Interestingly, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave it as is. However, while fiddling with that. Oh, don't do that, actually. Well, first things first. Let's see if we can actually, if anything changes when I actually use my scanner. Well, it highlights it again, but I must have scanned before, right? Because I definitely could not interact with those, with the other anomalies that I had found before I had actually used the scanner. So, yeah. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at that and any other... I think there are maybe some other documents that I found in the meantime. Right, the reason things look different is because there is a feature that I hadn't seen before. I just overlooked this in the audio and display section. Global post-process, and that's fun. It says specifically this is purely cosmetic and has no effect on gameplay. Although I wonder, I mean, this one in particular, this Silent Dream filter, which obviously is Silent Hill inspired, makes everything foggy. I think it looks amazing. It makes the whole game, or at least locations like this, a lot brighter, so potentially easier to see things. So, no effect on gameplay? I don't know about that. But, yeah, I'm gonna play the game on its default mode, but I also checked out the Sega mode briefly, and apparently Sega is just extremely pixelated. Just stands for any, I guess Sega Dreamcast, I guess, if anything. If only Sega Dreamcast games looked like this. I mean, I suppose the resolution makes sense, but yeah. Definitely not going to play the game like this, although it is fun. It does look interesting. And the others I have not checked yet. Nightmare. Gonna make everything super dark. Oh god. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with both the Silent Dream and also this Nightmare filter, which apparently also makes everything super, like, lo-fi. Oh yeah, that's like a painter, like an oil paint filter on top of everything, and then making everything super dark. And reducing visibility to 0, basically. I don't even know if anything is visible here after YouTube's done with the video. Super fascinating, but of course, both of those remove one of my greatest joys when it comes to playing this game, which is just looking and marveling at all the fantastic architecture. And yeah, so we're gonna not do that. Sharp filter, I don't know about that. Does that actually even change much? Does it change anything? You say sharp, but I say looks normal? Huh. Not drastically different. It was pretty sharp before. I assume that side by side you could probably tell some sort of difference, but I don't know. Seems subtle. Cell shaded, I'm assuming, is less subtle. Well, it's kind of subtle as far as cell shading effects go, but yeah, you can tell. It definitely feels just overall a bit darker, grayer. So I don't know about that. Anyway, those are fun. Let's just go default, or maybe even sharp. Yeah, okay, it's definitely brighter. Visibility is definitely better like this. We're gonna go with default. Now, one more thing that I actually figured out finally that confused me earlier was when when comparing weapons. I was wondering about that red and gray bar underneath equipped item, right? And whether that had anything to do with, I don't know, durability or something? No. And the reason why, at one point, I swear I saw 3 bars instead of just 2. Sometimes I only see 1 or none. You can just switch display. Swap display. Swip or swatched. Take your pick. And it says so at the bottom there. I just never tried that. You can just compare with one of your, either one of your other weapons, I guess. Right. I've also been using the halberd. I think I talked about that before, right? When I recorded the first part of this episode. So yeah, I've been getting more familiar and more comfortable with that weapon. It's kind of slow. Like the first stab is pretty slow, and the first follow-up is also kind of slow. But the thing is, when you continue the combo, you get some pretty, it gets faster and faster. The first 2 hits are kind of slow, but then if you can pull off a combo like that, like the 3rd, 4th, 5th hit are actually pretty fast. The same goes pretty much for, well, actually not so much. No, there's only a 2-hit combo for the heavy attack. But normal heavy attack, normal light attack, yeah, that one, the light attack is a bit faster, but not a huge difference. And the heavy attack one-shots most of the normal enemies around here, so that's convenient. Anything else? Yeah, ranged weapons. Well, I hadn't used the bow before. I've used a little bit. You can just lock onto enemies and then just shoot. Or you can press, the block button and manually aim. I'm pretty sure that headshots do deal extra damage. The damage is not amazing, though, and you're at least for now limited to only 10 arrows. You will get them back from the enemies when you kill them. At least, sometimes you will get all of them back, sometimes some of them end up broken, and then, of course, you can restore, what was it, 6 broken arrows to 2 unbroken ones, or something like that. 3 broken ones into 2. Yeah, okay, that's actually not bad. Or you can just make fresh ones, a bunch of them. So, yeah. Those seem extremely plentiful. You're just limited to having 10 per encounter, basically. Another thing is that I figured out what that staff is all about, that I was wondering, right? The evolved staff, that is also a ranged weapon. You can use it to just hit things, which is not the most exciting. Whoa, hey there. But you can also do the same thing. Press block, and then you aim, and you shoot. It deals decent damage, but it also takes like 25% of my, or maybe 20% of my mana, so yeah. Heavy attack I don't think does anything different. Doesn't look... Oh wait, maybe it does look different. I mean, I don't know that it looks very different, but I think it used more mana, so maybe more powerful. Anyway, either way, without investing in intelligence, clearly I can't really do a whole lot with this. But that explains the whole, at Mark 1, it has a chance to... display ability here. Reflux. 25% chance to immediately refund the flux cost of the weapon's projectile attack. Yeah, that's a projectile attack, obviously, so... Yeah, I guess that's neat. It's not what I'm gonna use, but the bow, sure, to have any sort of ranged option. Okay, is that it? No, actually, sorry. I guess we're gonna be spending some time here. I also never looked at the tutorial section, even though I definitely saw it. I just never paid much attention. But yeah, apparently you can just read up on certain things, like yeah, perk essence, which I don't even know what that's about. Climbing giants, that's come up in a loading screen tip, so that was spoiled. That's gonna be a thing. I guess this game is secretly also Shadow of the Colossus. Upgrading gear. Well, let's actually learn about that. Upgrading your gear. Using upgrade splinters will allow you to upgrade your gear to up to Mark 3, while using upgrade modules will allow you to upgrade your gear up to Mark 5, which seems to be the highest mark. In order to upgrade, handler has to be adequate level. Handler. Handler echoes are required to increase this level. Maybe that has to do with perks that I haven't even unlocked yet. Embedding crystals. Once you have obtained an anomalous crystal, either as loot or had one manufactured at handler. Oh, wait. At handler. So maybe we're gonna find some sort of hub actually and handler is an NPC. That would make sense, I guess. Right. Manufactured at handler. It can be embedded in desired slot in your gear. Embedding an anomalous crystal over an existing one will destroy the existing embedded crystal. Good to know you can do that. You can obtain more manufacturing blueprints as you explore. But I mean, it doesn't specify how to do the embedding. I'm guessing that can also only be done at this handler person or at the same hub. Manufacturing crystals. Handler can manufacture anomalous crystals, which can be embedded in your equipment. Anomalous crystals have different properties depending on whether they are embedded in armor or weapon, yes. Once handler reaches 80% synchronization, and at least one module is recalibrated, upgraded versions of currently unlocked recipes are unlocked. Okay. Extracting essence. I did that once, yes, I got one of those. From your backpack, it is possible to extract essence from unwanted anomalous crystals. Hold X to extract, hold that to extract all, yeah. Wait. Hold on, go back. Anomalous crystals are lost in the process and no other material is obtained. Okay, right, just essences. Which I can only assume are then used to manufacture essences. Upgrading gear, embedding crystals. Oh, okay, it's just these two. Yeah. Okay. Climbing giants. I mean, why not? Press Y when you're close to an injured large enemy to climb it. Press RB, so just attack button, to attack a weak point, or hold movement input to avoid giant's attack. Hold movement input, okay. Destroying a weak point will directly damage an enemy's health. Depending on enemy type, you might need to destroy more than one weak point. Certain weak points can be destroyed twice. Okay, looking forward to that. Perk Essence. Pure Essence can be stabilized by approaching any homunculus. Pure Essence is then stabilized and rendered usable to unlock perks. Oh, okay. Unstable Perk Essence. Pure Essence is unstable and does not bind to your vessel. As a result, dying without stabilizing an essence will return it to its previous owner. Oh, okay. So, while you don't lose experience or items or anything on death, there is a mechanic where you have to make it back to a save point without dying. That's fair. Okay. To its previous owner. So are you only going to be taking those from powerful enemies? I'm pretty sure I didn't get one from that... Well, at least I don't know that I got one from that mutated ghoul that I defeated. Although I still haven't looked at the footage of the victory to see what exactly was displayed there. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Homunculus. Anything new to learn here? Hold Y and then press down in order to place a personal checkpoint. Wait, what? Place homunculus. I don't know that I can do that. There's nothing bound to that combination. Homunculus can only be placed in an area where there are no enemies or they have already been defeated. Homunculus can be placed in unstable areas or near powerful enemies. Homunculus Mirage removal. Hold Y and then press down in order to remove placed Homunculus Mirage. Oh, Homunculus Mirage. Okay, yeah, actually that term, I saw that earlier when I was loading into the game, and I wasn't able to read the whole tooltip or the whole loading screen tip. So that's what that is. You can create a temporary Mirage Homunculus. Okay. This action does not retrieve the Mirage. You will still have to restore it at a Homunculus. This can be useful if the Mirage's location proves suboptimal. Okay. I'm pretty sure I need to find that first, right? Obtaining a Homunculus Mirage. A Homunculus Mirage can only be restored at a Homunculus. You can only hold one Homunculus Mirage at a given time. Obtaining a new Homunculus Mirage will remove any previously placed. Okay. Okay. Fast travel. Press Y near Homunculus to open fast travel options. Yep. That is straightforward enough. Okay. Armor rating. Boss scaling. Bosses scale not based off of you, but the amount of bosses you have killed. Oh, interesting. So if I had left the mutated ghoul for the end of the game, it would have been super powerful. Their health and armor ratings, yes, I saw those. Those were at 0%. Scale accordingly. These values are displayed under their health bar. Values range between negative red 75% and positive white 75%. Okay. How do I make them negative? I guess some enemies just have weaknesses. Armor ratings of enemies can reach up to 7,500. 7,500. Several abilities such as, whatever that is, and debuffs such as vulnerable, maybe, have armor rating reduction capabilities. Concoctions such as that, or that have armor penetration capabilities and can reduce their armor rating drastically. Good. Okay. Thought it was going to tell me something about my armor rating, but I guess that's pretty basic. Bigger number, better. Combat basics. Chaining attacks. Properly chaining attacks results in faster strikes that cost less stamina. Yes. Light attack, heavy attack. Trail effect indicates the chain window. Oh, okay. So even without activating the white glow, there is already an indicator. Mistiming chains. Timing your chains correctly results in faster attacks and stamina cost. Lower stamina cost and a 25% damage increase. Oh. Repeatedly pressing the attack button leads to mistimed chains. Missing the timing won't completely stop your attack chain. Interruptible actions. Most actions, such as attacks or healing, can be interrupted by other actions, like jumping or dodging. Be careful, though, as interrupting them early will prevent the action from being performed. Oh, but interrupting them late might mean that they will still successfully go through? Huh. Block. Hold LB to block. Successfully blocking attacks costs stamina. Once stamina is depleted, damage is taken from your health points. In order to block, you have to be facing the incoming attack. Yes. Perfect block. Initiate a block just before being hit to perform a perfect block. Done that a couple of times. Perfect blocks consume only half the stamina of regular block and prevent all physical damage. A yellow glow on enemy weapons indicates an attack that can only be blocked perfectly, while red attacks can't be blocked at all. Right. Quick wheel selection. With the Type B schematic selected, I don't know what kind of schematic I've selected, hold the use action to access the quick wheel. From here you can select which action to bind to a corresponding hotkey. I don't think that's active. Holding the use key just brings up the third row of quick items, but I'm kind of okay with that. Quick use hotkey. With Type B schematic selected, tap the use action to use corresponding quick slot. Okay. Chaining, okay. That's that, right? Combat basics, armor rating, homunculus, perk essence, climbing giants, upgrading gear. Okay, I mean, thanks for putting some information there. It's obviously not absolutely everything there is to know, but many things. Okay, anyway, we're up here, and we're finally ready to continue playing. Sorry about that. Right, yes. So I was looking at that over there, and yeah, we haven't been there. It looks like we could almost drop there. It's not that far down, but it's actually kind of far down, though. Yeah. And I was thinking that, it looks like, obviously, there must be some sort of opening coming from inside this spire here that goes over that way. But I went down the staircase, and there did not appear to be anything of the sort, so who knows? Can you do any climbing here? Perchance? So I've been able to climb a few walls in the boss arena, just for fun, just to look, well, actually while looking for a way to potentially get to that ledge with the person and ultimately the cape. But I didn't find anything like that. Okay, yeah, there's definitely a boss there. First proper boss, or first mandatory boss fight, I suppose. What have we here? Oh. Locked. Fair enough. Doesn't say if it only opens from the other side or if we need a key. Time to get our ass kicked again. Or maybe this guy's actually going to be easier.
I have not slept for a long
Comrade.
while.
Oh.
And I know you won't
That's way
leave
too early
until
there.
you get what you've come for.
Oh, and way too early again. Yikes.
Let us be quick then.
Okay. Was apparently not blocking those in time. That was way too early. Oh, wait, I was still on my bow. Okay, that's... Oh, maybe that's why I didn't block. And that I needed to jump. Okay. Was I still on my bow? It's, yeah, probably? I mean, you can't really... I don't think you can really see what weapon is currently active. No, wait, Did I switch to my bow after playing around with the halberd and showing that off? Maybe. It's possible. Is there anything else we might be able to do here? Anything sneaky? Can you not jump on that? That might just be an invisible wall preventing you. Yeah, seems like it. Maybe... Ooh! I totally thought I overshot there. Yeah, maybe you can't. That's fine. Okay, let's just attempt this for real. Maybe I was... Yeah, maybe I was just on the bow still. It's possible. Oh, there's a body. Wait.
For a long while.
We didn't leave a body before
And I know
on the ground.
you won't leave until you
Didn't we?
get what you've come for. Let us be quick then.
Okay, wow. I'm not hitting those blocks. I'm also crouching, which I wasn't doing on purpose. That's just gonna happen. Okay. Let's try to get at least a single perfect block. Oh. Not on that attack. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, wait. That's easy enough to avoid. Nice crit. That's such a slow wind-up. Holy crap. Honestly, it seems like he doesn't have quite as much health as that ghoul did. Oh, that's a... Ah, those were two counters. Oh, and auto-healing. Oh, okay, yeah. Block too early, I think, that one. And those timings are so delayed, holy crap. What is this, Elden Ring? Maybe I should be focusing on just dodging more. It doesn't seem that bad, but I don't know. Some attacks are very easy to avoid. I guess I'm just gonna be accumulating my corpses here.
And I know
Really?
you won't leave until you get what you've come for. Let us be quick then.
Okay, staggered him a little bit. Probably should have used the time to heal. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Handler echoes can be found all over. They can be used to something. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could look at more of those loading screen tooltips. Because, well... That's fine. I'll learn about those things in time. Okay, I still haven't managed to block one of those. Or that. What? Okay.
Let us be quick then.
I tried to block all of those attacks, and my character didn't even seem to do anything, so... Did I... No. No, he totally would. Maybe I should have drawn my weapon first or something? I don't know, man. Okay. I might also be better off with a faster weapon here.
For a long while.
Or even a shield, you know?
And I know you
Crazy
won't
idea.
leave until you get what you've come for.
Didn't know he was preparing a
Let us
follow-up
be
attack.
quick then.
Ah, come on, man. Yeah, do that one, that's fine. Oh, I don't know that one. Don't do that. Is that a Artorias style power-up? It looks very much like Artorias. What am I doing? Should have just gone in for the damage. Okay. That doesn't seem so bad. Wait, is that gonna... That's a swing, but only really in front of him. Okay. That grenade leaves a thing of some sort for a while. I'm debuffed? Wait. Am I debuffed? It looks like I'm debuffed. Okay, and also actually got too close to him while he's doing that attack. Wait. Okay, he's calling those. Yeah, okay, get back from that. I don't know how far you need to be, but apparently that's far enough. Can't really get more than a 2 two-hit combo. Ah. Miss. Wait. Oh. I keep thinking that he's... well, walk right into that. That he's gonna do something other than calling those red things whenever he does. I mean, yeah, now that I'm not trying to parry everything, I'm doing much better. I'm probably still dead here because as soon as I mess up a single dodge, that's exactly what's gonna happen, but we got this one. Also, against this guy, the shield potion that I have, or whatever it's called, should help, because I'm fairly sure he's gonna deal sharp damage, unlike that ghoul. Look at those bodies, wonderful. There you go. More mystery concoctions, but
for a long while,
got something.
and I know you won't leave until you get what you've come for.
Get out of here, okay.
Let us be quick then.
Okay, should. Yeah, wait. I couldn't dodge? I was gonna say I need to be careful about my stamina, but I should have had enough stamina for a dodge. He's gonna jump? Oh, he's gonna do that. Then just walk into it and he should be fine. Wait, oh yeah, that hit me. That's fair. Wait for stem. Oof. Follow up. Yep. Nope. Oh. Okay. Both had the same idea there at the same time. Ah. Wait, it's gotta be the red stuff again. Do your little explosion aura or throw grenades at me, that's fine. Oh no. That's okay. Yep, I'm totally okay with that attack. It's actually very easy to dodge. Okay, that's more of that. And GG. 4,000 XP, nice. First steps achievement. Well, I've taken a ton of steps before actually coming here, but yeah. Pretty simple first boss. Just don't try blocking, especially when you're not actually using a shield. I can only assume that blocking, perfect blocking specifically with, maybe specifically with a two-handed weapon, is just a much tighter window than it is with a shield or a one-handed weapon. So, yeah, that probably was not the best idea to try and focus so much on that. Only because it seemed to work pretty well against normal little enemies. Anyway, yeah, that was not so bad. And... okay, my own bodies... right, I suppose they fall under the same 5-minute despawn rule, huh? It doesn't seem like there's any way to interact and pick up any stuff that I might have lost. Because I didn't lose any stuff, as far as I can tell. Old key. Okay, well, that presumably opens that, the door we saw outside. And here is indeed another way down into the structure. Can we open... oh, okay. We can enter this. Ability Splinter, Upgrade Splinter. Lesser Restorative Fluid. Hello there. Okay, thanks for not actually being an enemy lying in ambush. That's much appreciated. Yeah, this has to lead to that exit from the tower. So should I head back up and open the door first? Oh, hello person. Yeah, wait, is that that? No, that's not. That is definitely not it. Oh, okay, it's actually... never mind. It's totally the door itself. I just wasn't expecting another chasm inside the structure, basically. Hello, who are you? Wait, unless you are... no, you're... are you the abandoned soldier?
I am.
You are? Okay.
You're very brave.
Oh, thank you. How did you make it past the big guy? I guess that must be the one that you were talking about, right? The brute over there? I mean, that was extremely vague, and, you know, over there meant, in this case, very, very far over there and up there. And, you know, past a couple of obstacles that you had to take an even longer way around to even bypass. But yeah.
How long have we been here?
Well, I don't know about you, but for me, not that long.
Farewell.
Oh, that's that?
Farewell.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the experience that I got for talking to you. I did level up from that, from the whole boss fight affair. Handler Echo. Return to Handler. Ah, yes. Right, okay. Perks, none. Abilities, okay. Select. Oh. Only 2 abilities, though? Face forward, damaging enemies in front of you. 221 damage and additional 18 from intelligence attribute per instance of damage for a total of 239 technomancy damage. Okay, and that requires flux. Fair enough. Caltrip dash. Dash backward, leaving caltrips in your path. Okay. 2 damage and an additional 0 from agility upgrade. Attribute per instance of damage. Wait. For a total of 300. 2 damage? And an additional 0 for a total of 300. Okay. Cooldown 30. Wait, this one doesn't... Oh, cooldown 20. Okay. 55 flux. Summon Elemental. Summon an ally to fight at your side for 30 seconds. The ally's power and its active duration are based on your intelligence attribute. Ah, crap. Maybe I do need to invest in intelligence, but I don't want to. It feels like it... Right now, I mean... At first it seemed like level ups were coming in pretty quickly, but yeah, the jump from the experience required from level 2 to 3 was just, or 3 to 4, I guess, was just gigantic. So I don't know if yeah, if level ups are going to be coming in quite so quickly over the course of the game, and how much I can afford to spread my points around, you know, instead of focusing on just a couple of things. Summon Elemental. I mean, that sounds good. 200 flux. I think I have that much. I have enough to summon that once. Summoning an ally to, you know, potentially distract enemies. Obviously, that seems super useful. Of course, I'm not going to be getting any kind of scaling enhancements from intelligence. Maximum duration of 90 seconds at 50 int. Okay. So you can reach those kinds of values at some point. That's good to know, at least. Summoned ally mimics summoner's technomancy penetration. Okay. Right. Power armor. Spawn an armor around you that absorbs 100% of direct damage. Maximum amount of absorbs is 3 times at over 30 int. It also scales with int. Come on, give me something agility or strength based. I suppose the caltrops are there. Shadow Walk. While out of combat, become fully invisible for 5 seconds. Okay, it's still an active ability, though. Each point of intelligence attribute adds an additional 0.15 seconds to a maximum of additional 5 seconds duration. Okay. So I have to be out of combat to even initiate the Shadow Walk. And then I can run past an enemy for 5 seconds? That is not a whole lot of time. Up to 10 seconds, I guess. I don't know about that one. Fire Breath? Blasts fire in a frontal cone, damaging all enemies and leaving heat debuff on them? I don't know exactly... Oh no, wait, a heat debuff is just burning. We learned about that at some point. 221 damage and additional 18 from intelligence attribute per instance of damage for a total of 239. Right. Okay. I mean... That sounds fun, even if it is intelligence scaling. Flux conversion. Convert 1 flux to 1 health for the duration of the cast. Oh, an additional heal. I mean, right now our healing options are quite limited. I can only assume that we'll get upgrades of some sort that allow us to carry more than 2 potions into combat, and there are also going to be better potions that heal more. Cast can be interrupted by stagger or dodge. Intelligence attribute increases speed of conversion. Interesting. Convert 1 flux to 1 health for the duration of the cast. So you just hold the button down or something? I mean, that seems useful if I don't really see myself using any of the other abilities. Echo Slam. Slam your fist into the ground and stun all nearby enemies. Those that resist receive a Daze debuff. Okay, debuff. Sounds good. Reducing their overall damage by 20% for 5 seconds. 221 damage and additional 22 from Constitution attribute per instance of damage for a total of 244 blunt damage. Okay, Constitution scaling. Nothing strength scaling. I wonder if these are all the different abilities that we get, or if this is just a certain selection based on the whatchamacallit thing that I got. I mean, between these... This one seems to make the most sense because I'm planning to invest in agility, right? But I kind of like the fire breath, honestly. I always like damage over time effects, and the idea of just breathing fire sounds fun. Active abilities can be changed. Implant this active ability for one ability splinter. Yes? Okay. Well, I did that now, and now... Wait. It can be changed. Ah, you do not have enough ability splinters to do that. Required one. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, I made that choice. Whoops. Hold on. Stats. Constitution? 15 extra... actually 25 extra hit points. Next point... Wait, increases max health by 50? Hold on. Yeah, okay. So the next increase here is 25. Wait. So do the bonuses actually go up as well? Oh, next one increased critical chance by 0.6% instead of just 0.5. So the more you invest, the bigger the bonuses get as well. Okay, that's crazy. Hold on. So if I... Okay, the bonuses are still the same here, but I mean, still a whopping 10.8% damage increase per point of strength. That seems so crazy to me. That's so much damage. It almost seems like a mistake, but I'm assuming it's correct. But yeah, here you get first 25, which is already pretty good, I feel, and then 50? Man, that's a lot of extra health. I wonder if I should just boost my constitution up a little bit, just to make future boss fights, or just encounters in general, a little bit more manageable. Nah, screw that. Let's just go with the original plan. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Surely it's gonna be fine. How do we apply changes? By hitting that. Easy as that. Okay, awesome. Let's see if we got any new items that I didn't see. We got the key. An old rusted key that unlocks the gate in the old monastery. Okay. No mystery about that. Lesser anomalous crystal for armor plus armor weight. Wait. Or plus 10% weapon weight. So you can choose to make your armor or weapon heavier, because heavier armor gives you better poise or stability, and better a heavier weapon staggers enemies more easily. Interesting. A Fossard. Sharp two-handed, sluggish. Wow. 40 health leech rating? Excuse me? Really high damage? That is the boss's weapon. Okay, so I just completely missed that we got that. And we got a Homunculus Mirage Husk, actually. The husk of the Homunculus stores your current state and consciousness. Return at the Homunculus. To the Homunculus to combine the two again, allowing you to place the Homunculus elsewhere. So, okay. I mean, this isn't a consumable, right? We can just retrieve this one. We can place this somewhere. I guess I could have used that to create a temporary checkpoint closer to that mutated ghoul, for example, and just kept respawning there until I chose to remove it, reset its position, to put it elsewhere, I guess. Handler Echo, an obscure residue used to supplement the handler's capabilities. The handler can use this to upgrade equipment more effectively. Okay, we haven't even met that entity yet. Unstable perk essence. Get to a checkpoint to turn it into a perk. On death, goes back to its original location. Okay, right, yes. That's what we heard about earlier, we learned about in the tutorial section. And we got upgrade splinters as well. An artifact used in the process of upgrading gear. Right. But, yeah, we cannot use that ourselves, I think. Okay. Lots of stuff. Let's actually start by equipping this thing. Okay. It doesn't encumber me more. That's good. The damage is such a drastic upgrade, though. Like, holy crap. Whoa, that's pretty sweet. It does seem to take a lot of stamina. Yeah. Compared to the halberd. But it also seems to speed up quite a bit, at least for certain combo attacks. Let's see, heavy attack. Oh, it's super slow. It kind of causes you to backstab a little bit. I'm trying to combo it, but it doesn't really seem to want to combo. Pressing exactly when it starts glowing up. Start glowing? Lighting? Whatever. Starts glowing. Charge is obviously even slower. I mean, let's give it a shot, I suppose. The pure damage is certainly... And the life leech as well, holy crap. I mean, I love life leech. Who doesn't? Yeah, it is slow, but honestly, that seems like a super powerful weapon. So much more powerful than anything I had before. Just in terms of raw numbers. Very generous. I feel like that was something else as well. Was there? Oh yeah, data logs. Right. Monastery observation, right, never looked at this. Standing at the top of the cliff, a derelict monastery. An anachronistic island in a sea of decaying technology. The surrounding residential structure looms oppressively, its vast expanse of concrete and rusted metal interwoven with a labyrinth of cables. Everything is draped in a strange, sickly moss. An eerie silence hung in the air, broken only by the distant hum of the megastructure. The moss, with its unsettling, almost sentient presence, clung to the remnants of the past, casting a malign shadow over this forgotten place. Each step towards the monastery feels like a descent into madness, the boundaries between the organic and the artificial blurring in the twilight of a world long caving in on itself. It's hard to tell what belongs to what time anymore. The only compass here is the pull of the anomaly's core. Okay. Conrad's Warlock. Yeah, we had found that, so we had heard of Conrad before. In fact, I think he might also have been mentioned... Yeah, he was also mentioned by Helena in her diary. I think we read all of these, except for the other untitled log that I found. I remember waking in a pile of lifeless bodies. Not only lifeless, though. Expressionless, frozen visages. Great. Wonderful. Lovely. Okay, let's just see if we can indeed open this. We can. And that leads somewhere. Oh, that's... Wait. That's just a slightly quicker way. Oh. To the same bridge, though, right? That we were just looking at. Well, I guess before I do anything stupid and die, I wonder actually, how would this work? Since we got the perk essence from this guy here, who is now clearly dead. Surely. Although he does still bleed, seems like. Yep. If I were to actually die with this thing on me, what would happen? It would return to its previous owner? So, but he wouldn't return to life, surely. I would just have to go there and pick it up again. I'm honestly... Okay, perk essence stabilized, and we also got a homunculus thingy back. Wait, did we though? Do we have more than one now? Homunculus Mirage. The homunculus triggers its ability only when your vital signs have ceased. Reassembling your body on a molecular level, my god, elsewhere, while keeping your consciousness intact, allowing for a seamless and instantaneous relocation. Nice. Okay. Right, so that was not stabilized, I suppose. Just like the perk essence. So we had to return to a proper homunculus in order to make this usable. Fair enough. And then we also have this, an artifact used in the process of embedding perks. Okay, so what are perks? We have 4 perks, potentially. Tinkerer Mastery, oh boy. +1 belt max limit, okay. So 3 slots for each type of item in the belt instead of 2, I'm guessing. Plus 40% effectiveness of all restorative consumables. Nice. An extra +1 belt max limit once the handler gains the ability to upgrade to Mark IV. Okay. So I guess the perks themselves don't come in different levels, but they might power up based on other factors. Well, that's an extremely tempting one right off the bat. I mean, that seems like something you probably want at some point. Archery Mastery headshots grant you a 5-second buff that increases your draw speed by 50%. Nice. Although I must say that well, maybe I could do some more fiddling with the controls and the sensitivity, but I found it especially difficult to aim precisely. I mean, it's always going to be a bit iffy on a gamepad. That's where playing on mouse and keyboard would be a benefit, I suppose, would be beneficial. But I'm not going to do that just for archery. So yeah, I mean, chaining headshots. I'm sure you can get good at it. I could get good at it, even on a controller. I don't know how much I necessarily want to do that, but it's an option. Obtain the ability to fire flux arrows. They damage scales of intelligence attribute. Yep, okay. Not for me then, I guess. Debuff mastery. Frost and heat debuffs provide you with passive healing each tick. Wait, so instead of taking damage from them, I will get healed instead? Decay and silence debuffs last twice as long. Or is that... No, it's gotta be when I apply them, right? Surely. Yeah. Wouldn't really make any sense otherwise. Additional decay now also reduces targets all armor ratings by 3% per stack. Okay. I do like that. I do like my debuffs. Dual wield mastery. Offhand weapons now deal 60% of their damage instead of 35. Okay. That was a thing apparently. Yeah, I don't know about dual wielding. It sounds cool in concept, but I don't know. In practice, I find it rarely really that great, unfortunately. Impenetrable Fortress. While wearing a full set of heavy armor, your stagger resist capacity is increased by 15% at 5 constitution and up to 25 at 45 constitution. Yeah, I don't think I want to go full heavy armor. I'm more like a medium armor kind of guy, you know, middle of the road. Boring. Indecisive. That's what I am. Shield Mastery. While a shield is equipped, your main hand weapon receives an extra 2% damage per point of constitution, stacking up to 50%. Ooh, okay. That's actually really good. It doesn't mention how much constitution you need for that max bonus. Oh, wait, actually 25 it would be if it's just linear, 2% per point. You also unlock an additional stamina bar for blocking attacks with shields with a value of 60% of your total stamina. Interesting. Okay. So you can use that up first for blocking purposes before it actually starts depleting your main stamina. That's an interesting one. Berserker increases all damage output by 0.5% per 1% of missing health. Interesting. Okay. So 25% damage bonus at 50% health. Yeah. I mean, that's for all those red Tearstone Ring enjoyers, I guess. Not necessarily me. Reduces your attribute... Faithful. Reduces your attributes by 20%. Okay. Plenty of options to gimp yourself if you're into that. I think I'll pass. Mindbreaker. All damage dealt has a small chance to stun enemies for 1 second. Maximum of 40% chance at 3,000 damage dealt. I guess those numbers are gonna be getting pretty big. Those that resist receive a daze debuff, reducing their overall damage by 20% for 5 seconds. Okay. Stun enemies fully for 1 second. Well, I mean, the 1 second stun isn't great, but I guess it's gonna interrupt whatever they're doing, so it could still be pretty good. Mindbreaker. 40% chance. Okay, so all damage dealt has a small chance. Up to a 40% chance at 3,000 or more. Okay. I mean, honestly, just having a chance to just randomly stun your enemy. Or, I guess, dazing with any attack. That seems pretty good. Zealot. Casting any ability gives you the Zealot buff, increasing your attack speed and movement speed per Zealotry, I guess, for 10 seconds. Vampirism. Plus 150 health leech rating. Just always active. This addition can exceed current maximum of 500 health leech rating. Huh. Additionally adds 3% lifesteal from all non-weapon damage. Okay, so normally, I guess, Vampirism or health leech rating would only apply to weapon damage, but you also get 3% lifesteal from all non-weapon damage. Cannot leech more than 12% of your maximum stat value per instance of damage. Leech more than 12% of your maximum stat value. What stat? Well, either way, that sounds extremely good. Insanely good, in fact. I mean, I'm fairly sure I'm going to go with Tinker Mastery first. It seems like we can have, at the very least, 4 different abilities. So, Tinker, Mindbreaker, Vampirism. So far look very good. Vindicator, heavy attacks now deal 150% of base weapon damage instead of 125%. Okay. Increase critical chance by 10% for all heavy attacks. Okay. Also good. Companions. Increase max number of companions you can have at the same time by 1. Does not summon 2 of them at the same time, but instead does not despawn previous one. Effects summon elemental and illusions. Okay, I obviously have no idea what options there even are for summoning companions. If that's a thing I will have access to, or if that's purely a spellcaster kind of thing. It probably is. I mean, we have seen the summon elemental, of course, so... Yeah, I don't know about that one. Although, having companions sounds like a very intriguing kind of playstyle. If you can have them basically all the time, if you can somehow ensure that you're always fighting with companions, that seems like a very interesting, playstyle. Illusionist has a slight chance to create an illusion on a successful attack. 7.5% for one-handed weapons, 15% for two-handed weapons, 20% for great weapons. Illusions created have 60% of your attributes and last 12.5 seconds. Okay, so you just create a mirror image of yourself, basically, to distract enemies for 12.5 seconds, though? And that's a pretty high chance. I'm assuming only one illusion can exist at a time? Well, this specifically mentions illusions. Okay, so those two would synergize. Interesting. That's very interesting. Technomancer grants 25% Technomancy penetration. Okay, I mean, I guess if you're planning to go the Sorcerer route, that this one is pretty much mandatory. Additionally, increases the drop rate of ionization fluids. Yep, okay. Combo Brutality. Increase the maximum combo counter to 25. I didn't know there was a combo counter. Additionally, enhance the benefits for all non-ability damage from the combo system. The maximum... Or do you mean just maintaining the proper attack timing? Is that? Maybe it is. The maximum increase is 60% at 15 combo points and 90% at 25 combo points. So the maximum increase is 90% at 25 combo points. I guess. Anyway, Duelist. Blocking an attack triggers a short 1-second buff, where the next attack in that window executes at 100% more speed. That's just for blocking, not even perfect blocking. Additionally, apply another buff, which reduces cost of next block by 100%. The buff reapplies itself after 10 seconds. Interesting. I mean, I don't know how much I want to rely on blocking and parrying in the long run. So far it seemed pretty doable against normal enemies. The boss maybe not so much. But that is certainly an intriguing option. Natural Talent increases your total constitution attribute by 10%. Okay. The constitution attribute itself, not health. So, I guess that's better after a certain point. I mean, if each point of constitution is going to give you more and more health, the more you invest in it, then I guess, yeah, sure. At 50 constitution invested, you will get just 5 extra points. I don't know. Honestly, it seems like a bit lame compared to everything else. Speaking of lame, let's just go with this. Just more healing items, and they're better? Yeah. It seems silly not to take this. And not just healing items, all kinds of consumables. And we're going to have an extra slot as well, eventually, because I can only assume that we are going to upgrade this handler thing, person, whatever, at some point. This action is irreversible. Once selected, this perk can't be removed or changed. Yeah, I mean, if this is the selection of perks that we get, then I'm fairly happy with the ones that I've looked at so far. Right, no essences right now. But I mean, does that also mean that we will only have a use for 4 of those essences total, ever? Oh, wait, never mind. It specifically says that they can be upgraded as well. Hold on. Does it... Can I... Tinkerer upgrade. Tinkerer upgrade. Okay, so they can also be upgraded individually. Oh, okay. Oh, you can actually look at them. Look at that. All buff-type consumables now persist through death, and the duration is doubled. Okay. So... Is it 90 seconds regularly, so 3 minutes? And persist through death? Sure, okay. All buff-type consumables have their duration doubled again, and 20% chance to obtain an additional crafted item per each craft. Okay. Good stuff. If only I could actually craft those regeneration potions on purpose, you know. Obviously we're going to be unlocking more recipes somehow, at some point. Also, I totally meant to make this episode a bit shorter to aim for 50 minutes for the second session, because I knew I had been recording for over 7 minutes that first little bit. Yeah, I ended up spending more time looking at stuff. That's, that's fine. We're gonna take a look at past that gate, and obviously also, well, I suppose it looks like both the way down and the gate lead to the same place, to that bridge, which seems to be the only way forward out of this starting zone. So maybe the real Bleak Faith Forsaken is gonna start here, or rather next time. Yeah, for the time being, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.